Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to SF1 GP1 here at the Austrian Grand Prix. Round 11 of this championship, both the drivers and combined constructors. We are in Q3. Couple of things to point out already in this race. I would say qualifying up the race. Some of the big names not being able to make it into Q3, struggling in Q2. Harrison, our championship leader, is one of them. His teammate, Arusia, could not get into Q3. SF1 Tom just missed out on an appearance in Q3. SF1 Stig is also out in Q3. His teammate makes it through, though. Big name, this man chasing the championship, makes it through to Q3. Can he have a good race this evening? A couple guys sneaking through on the softs this evening. Shoof was one of them. I believe Chano got through on the softs. Uzumaki did as well. But hopefully everybody is having a great evening. Welcome to a new month, the month of November. We carry on. Let's get one of my favorite tracks to actually race at and stream at. No Fuse, what is going on? Hello. Right now, it looks like it's going to... I think I have Harrison, the man himself, out in Q2. He's going to join us for Q3. Whoa, that was close between the Red Bull and Racing Point, it seems. I'm going to try to figure out who's going to be first on a flyer. It looks like it's going to be Uzumaki. Unless one of the Renaults are. Soap's on the outlap, so it is going to be Uzumaki who's going to set the first flying lap this evening in Q3. So, talk us through, Harrison. Was it just an invalidated lap? You couldn't get the car connected?
No, I forgot to lower my fuel from doing the long run earlier in the Q2. So I had 9 laps of fuel on. I couldn't pit and come back out in time, so I just did 2 flying laps on the mediums. I almost got in, but just missed out.
I was going to mention, I did see you on Q2 just running lap after lap on those, no, it was a Q1, I believe. It was your lap after lap on the soft compound. Maybe just trying to put a little bit of rubber on the track. But starting, I believe, P12 this evening, how do you see this race unfolding for you?
Well, I'll be always taking it easy into turn 1 because of where I am on the grid. It'll be the alternative strategy of starting on the mediums and the softs.
As well as your teammate, I believe, starting right next to you, so I'm sure there's going to be a little bit of team orders in line for this one. Do you think Arusia is going to hold onto your toe, or are you going to let him pass at any point if he's carrying a little bit more pace?
Arusia knows that I'm fighting for the championship and he's not, so he knows that he'll probably will have to let me by at one point.
Alright, well there you have a good rundown of Harrison. Amadale currently holding the fastest lap of Q3 with a 103.3, which is flying. Enzo, his teammate, both of these drivers had a great race in, I believe it was France. They finished right behind you on the podium. Enzo, 103.3. We have Soap, putting onto a 103.7. Uzumaki, 103.8. Looks like Jono is just starting his flyer now. Daguerre, let's see what kind of time he can get put into. It looks like Anton is on his way out of the pits. Jono is on a flyer.
Daguerre's gone P3 and a 3.4.
Daguerre up to P3. Hubdy holding on. You see a little team play there between Anton and Daguerre going up the hill. We have a lot of guys in here rooting for Arusia from his league joining us this evening. Welcome, everybody. Your teammate, Harrison. Hey, look, Daguerre and Anton are playing a little cat and mouse here this evening.
These two are always at it for straight tracks like this, probably for slipstream and wrong.
Yellow sector 3 for one of the McLarens, looking like it's slowed down. But we're going to ride on board with this man who's going to give us a flyer around the Austrian Grand Prix, otherwise known as the Red Bull Ring. Some of the track limits that you guys are expanding to, I'd be afraid to touch to invalidate my lap. But Anton starts his flyer coming up to a very blinding turn 1 with the sun hitting the track. Takes the curve nicely on the exit, don't want to cut that corner. Up on with the DRS up the hill, one of my favorite parts of the track. Coming up to a 90-degree hairpin, want to really slow the car down, careful not to lock up the tires. Easy on the throttle because the back will spit out. Back on the throttle, DRS is open. This is probably one of my least favorite parts of the track. This turn after, I think this is turn 3. Yeah, turn 3.
That's turn 4. That's
Turn 4. But this is one of
turn
my
2's
favorite
like
parts.
turn 1 of Russia.
The 2 quick left-handers. Anton goes purple in sector 2. What kind of time? Enzo's got to watch out. I was going to say, Enzo, be mindful you have a very fast racing point coming through. Anton attacks the 2 final right hands very well. DRS is open. It is going to be a 102.4.
Oh my lord.
A 102.4. Ouch. We'll
Just to
see
show that's 4/10 quicker than my time trial.
We'll see if anybody can even challenge that, because that is a blistering lap this evening. Take a look. Looks like Anton's fixed his wheel issues that he was having. Hopefully it holds on. Jono sitting in the pits. Hellboy is on for a flyer. Let's join with the Renault driver to see what kind of time he can put into this evening.
And Shoof's on one as well, coming to the end of his lap.
Let's jump on board Shoof as he finishes his flyer.
I think
Goes
he's gonna
purple
fly
in sector 2. I wonder if that's personal or if that's best of the session. Oh, goes wide. He's going to invalidate. That's one of the corners I was talking about. Let's see what kind of time Hellboy can get himself into this evening. Has a Ferrari ahead of him. He's going to have to watch out unless Daiguero is thinking about moving out of the way, or he's going to start another flyer. It's going to give Hellboy just a bit of a toe on the very end of this lap. It's going to get a 103.7. Good enough for P7 currently. Schumacher is going to need an invite back into the lobby, I think.
Yeah, I'm on that.
I believe Anton might be giving Daiguero just a bit of a toe. This
Yeah,
Daiguero
that's
sets it for sector 1. Not against the rules, but not entirely favorable. But hey, if you have a good mate out there that's going to lend you a toe from a different team, who am I to say don't do it? Because I would expect my team to do it together. See what kind, if Daiguero can improve or not. He is up on his time by 1/10.
He's a 10th up, yeah.
Three minutes and 25 seconds remain of Q3. See if Daiguero can improve. He's going to cross the line with a 103 flat. Good enough for P2. I happen to wonder, I don't really talk to SE1 Eagle too much about his orders with the Haas team, but I wonder what he goes through with those guys. If there's any team orders with those guys.
All he said to me was that there was a few arguments in his Haas chat about France.
Interesting. I was gonna say that if you guys caught that, be sure to go watch the last couple laps between those two Haas drivers. It was close. If I was the Haas manager, I would have been gritting my teeth, hoping that they were gonna survive, which they did. But I mean, that just led you pull away even further towards the end of that race.
Uzumaki coming to the end of a flying lap.
Went purple in sector 2. See if he can improve. He's going to be pretty close, 103.2, good enough for P4. So Jono is the only one left to put in a flyer this evening. Let's see if Hubd can improve. He's on his way out now. 2 minutes remain. I know Shoof has a little bit more time under his belt, and I think he can get himself further up on this grid. Hellboy's on his way out. Soap is on his way out. Sector 2 for, I believe it was a Haas. It was Enzo, might have been carrying a little bit of speed, a little slowly.
I think it's Jono.
Jono
He's
now
going slowly, not a Haas, a Renault by.
Sector 1. Let's see if Jono can get himself a time on the board. He's going really slow, though. I think he wants to be one of those final cars across the line to try to maximize his pace.
Be touch and go with Daiguero if he makes it to... I think he should just. He's just coming out of the pit lane now.
He will get a little carried away in the pit exit. We'll say this for all of our viewers. Happy belated Halloween. Hopefully everybody enjoyed their Halloween. I know not a lot of people celebrate it as much as the American side, but I still have to say it. Anton's on an outlap. Daiguero's on an outlap. Enzo is on a flyer. Chano has just started his flying lap. He's going to have a one and done here.
It's Enzo, I think, that's next to settle his lap. I think he's invalidated, he has.
Oh, shame for Daiguero's on an outlap. Enzo invalidates his final go. He will have one more go at it. See if Uzumaki can improve here. That line right there is dangerous. He's going to pull off, though. Interesting. So qualifying is done. Let's see. Hubdi improves, so 103.6. Good enough for P7 currently. Oh, Hellboy's lost control of the Renault. He's gone off the track. The last right-hander. Right before the start-finish line. Where is he at currently?
Yeah.
Sitting still.
Jono's invalidated, he's going to start on the grid P10. Amandale jumps up to P3 and that's 3.1, just above his teammate of Enzo.
What is going on here? Hellboy and Anton having a bit of a argument, I believe, on track.
I think Anton's got damage, he does as well.
Yeah, he pulled over and parked far right in front of Hellboy.
At 3.3, using like he doesn't improve. So,
let's see if Daiguero can
improves
improve.
but stays P7.
Can he take it? Oh,
He does improve. Yeah, he does improve, but just not enough.
Alright, we're going to give you guys the results of Q3. We have Anton sitting on pole. So Harrison, you have quite a bit of work to do this evening. Daiguero sitting on P2, Almondale P3, Enzo P4. Good showing from the Haas team. Uzumaki P5, Shuf P6, Soap P7, Hubdi P8, Hellboy P9, and Jono is going to round out your top 10 without a time on the board, but did get himself into Q3. So that's going to be it for Q3. We're going to be momentarily on to the race. Harrison, I'm going to wish you good luck and keep your head
down. Yeah, you know what I'm like with my recovery drives.
Yeah.
But, well, have a good time commentating on this race. Hopefully it's going to be better than the GP2 and GP3 race, but
yes,
hopefully seeing you on the podium.
A big prayer. So good luck.
Cheers.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, loading up for the race. These drivers will have a 5-minute complimentary break for a couple of the guys that joined late, a couple of the guys to set up their car, pick their strategy, and get their heads down ready for the race. Get up stretched, get a glass of water, whatever you need to do. That gives me time to run over the championship points so far. First up, we have the combined constructors. This is GP3, 2, and 1, all combined as one part of a team, so 6 drivers. Calculate all these points. Sitting at the top right now, my team that I manage, Alfa Romeo, holding on to P1, taking over the spot for the first time this season. Woo! So Mercedes sitting P2. Haas makes a climb to P3. Racing Point falls to 4th. You have Ferrari 5th. Williams 6th. Red Bull is 7th. AlphaTauri is 8th. Renault is 9th. And McLaren sitting right there. But I believe that Tom and Jono can possibly make a good, decent push to try to start climbing this table this evening. But the table that everybody wants to see, the Drivers' Championship. Right now, Harrison sits in the lead with 264 points. His competition, starting on pole this evening, Anton sitting P2. Harrison taking over the lead last week after the French Grand Prix and that win. Daiguero's P3, Zero's P4, Stig is P5. Who's readied up? Lord Eos is readied up. Hopefully he knows better. Hopefully everybody's ready to go. Ruzia 6th, Shoof 7th, Amadeus 8th, Enzo 9th, Soap 10th, Jono 11th, Hubdi 12th, Hellboy 13th, Tom 14th, Lord Eos 15th, Uzumaki 16th, Volcon 17th, Ghost 18th, Hamp is 19th, and MRC McCall yet to race. I believe that he is going to be replaced as a driver by Daigero. Looks like everybody is ready to go. Uzumaki having a little bit of connection issues, or he's not ready yet. We'll see. But we should be lining up in the grid here early. Little early. Actually, about 4 minutes early. Setting away for the formation lap. Let's get that mini-map off. Let's get the tires up as well so everybody can see. Top 4 guys starting on the mediums. And we have a bunch of guys on the soft compound. Typically, this is a one-stop race. Harrison was disqualified from the session, I think, and Hubdi was as well. No, Hubdi was. Ghost was disqualified. I think a couple guys didn't realize that we were going right away. But typically, like I was saying, one-stop race from a soft to medium compound if you can manage those tires quite nicely, which I have a feeling all of these drivers will be able to do so. One guy is on the hards. Ghost is going to start from the hard compound. So that should see him take those tires pretty deep into this race. Everybody else, we have Livid stepping in for that Red Bull as a GP2 reserve to try to gain some points. Volcon 17 had a little issue at the beginning of Q1, spun out and took the car out. Becker is starting in a Ferrari. Wonder if that's interesting. Lord Eos in a AlphaTauri as well. The man of the moment, Daigero overtook him on track. A couple of these guys putting themselves on the naughty step this evening, it seems. We're about ready to go racing here. 36 laps are going to meet these drivers. A couple guys sitting on the grid now because they are on the naughty step. It'll be interesting to see how the strategies play out. A lot of guys on different tires. We do have one driver on the hard, so we'll see how this pays off for Ghost this evening. As you guys can see, medium to hard, medium soft, but we know that that's kind of a fallacy with some of these guys. Waiting for that final car to line up on the grid. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. About ready to start this Austrian Grand Prix. Everybody's locked into the grid. Give me a better camera angle than that. There we go. Waiting for those 5 red lights to go here at the Austrian Grand Prix. They're lit. And we are away for the race. Looks like Anton gets a decent start. Daigero gets a really decent start. Look at Amadeo. We have a car off in the back. Whoa, into corner 1. A couple guys going pretty close together. We have an Alpha off on the track, going a bit wide. Battle up in the middle. Uzumaki's left the session. Lots of guys fighting for position here into turn 2. Around the sweeper. Let's jump on board with some of the action. Let's jump on board with actually... Here we go. We're going to jump on board with the hatch driver as we're carrying through. We have Jono right there for the lead. Or not the lead. P4. Bit of a touch by the Red Bull. Shoof trying to make his way through. Oh, Daigero loses traction. That's going to see him down the order. Holds onto the car brilliantly, though. I believe that Anton's going to maintain the lead of this race. Just checking through. A couple guys are ghosting. Jump back on board and get the Delta back up for you guys. Already lap 3 somehow. That's not right, but okay, we're just gonna continue with that one. Delta's a little bit screwed up right now. As it says Tom's leading, but he's currently not leading. He's gonna try to make a move on the Alfa Romeo. That's SF1 Stig side by side. Ghosting probably helped both of those in that instant. Harrison fighting for P2. Looks like the Delta is starting to fix itself just a bit. Harrison on the mediums, getting tucked right underneath that Alpha, or that McLaren. He does have Eos just behind him. Stig holding on P14. Becker in P15. We have a move. SF1 Tom nicks it around Hubdi. for P10 of this race. Come on, Delta, come back to me, please. I need that interval so I can see who's close on track. DRS is now enabled. It is now lap 3. Thank you, Code Packs 2. Thank you so much. There's the Delta. Thank you. Move for SF1 Tom on the inside of that Renault. Tom's going to back out of it and have a go here up the hill. DRS is open, but Renault's going to have it as well. Little bit of a touch possibly from the wheels. Tom's going to have the inside, but there is traction to be had on the outside for the Renault driver. Tom's going to have to look up. Here we see it, holding him back just a bit. So holds on to P8. Tom's coming under fire by Hubdy now. Hubdy's thinking about going for an inside move. He's going to think better of it. He does have Harrison just behind him. Harrison trying to work through this crowd as quick as possible. Gap at the top, Anton's already opened up a 2.3 second gap between himself and Gianno, the McLaren driver. Daiguero having a little bit of an issue with traction. Slides down to P6. Schuf gets himself a 3-second time penalty already. I will say, time penalties are going to be massive in this race. And so going at it yet again. Let's jump on board. Let's see. Enzo gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Oh, Harrison almost loses the back end of the car. Let's see Lordios pass him. Stig's going to be just behind. Easy on the throttle. The Alfa Romeo driver. Lots of guys jostling for position here. Ocon, I don't think he's in that car. He's still ghosting. Livid comes out. That boy must have made a pit for a new brand or a new set of soft compounds. Anton holding on to this lead. 3 seconds now is the gap. Amadeo getting closer and closer. Russia picks up a 3-second time penalty. Amadeo reeling in that McLaren. SF1 Tom gets a 3-second time penalty. Schuf has already found himself up to P4. Enzo in P5. Can Daiguero have a good strong push to get himself back up onto the top 3? Russia is holding on just behind. SF1 Tom's really trying to go. Harrison picks up a 3-second time penalty. Harrison fighting for that top 10. That's so just ahead of him. Uzumaki gets a 3-second time penalty. These guys, it is a DRS train. All following closely. Harrison's thinking about making a move on the Renault. Gives him a bit of a squeeze. Renault does really well to hold onto the track though. Stig gonna come through. Becker's thinking about having a go at the Alfa Romeo. Stig, I think, is going to hold that line. Jump on board with the Ferrari driver for this evening, Becker, who is a Williams driver in GP2. Reserving this evening. Stig trying to get around Soap. We have a 3-second time penalty for Soap. Jump on board. Harrison clawing his way to that other Alfa Romeo of Updi. Will have DRS on EOS. Keeping an eye on these guys. Russi's going for. I think he was thinking about it, but backed out of it. Schuf gets around Amadeo. Hellboy gets a 3-second time penalty. Schuf now thinking about having a go at Gianno. Both side by side. Gianno holds on his position for the time being. Schuf's gonna go for the inside line. Ooh, that's close. That's close. No contact as of yet. Both going in side by side in that corner. I think there was contact there, though. This is all helping Amadeo come right back at him. Side by side in to the second to last corner. Ghost gets a 3-second time penalty. Schuf up in position. Makes it stick into P2. Gianno holding on, trying to hold on to the back of the Red Bull. All the while, Enzo and Dia and Amadeo are cutting it closer and closer to these two guys fighting. Gianno's going to have DRS, so Schuf is going to be a sitting duck here. Jump on board. Livy gets a 3-second time penalty. Schuth probably maximizing that ERS to try to hold on to this P2. 5 seconds though is himself between 1 and 2. He's got to push if he wants to try to catch Anton. Jono's thinking about making a move on the inside. Backs out of it. These guys are just fighting like crazy. There's a big pack behind Lord Eos. We have Borussia, we have Tom, we have Hubdy, and we have the other Mercedes of Harrison. Schuth gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Becker gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Lord Eos holding on. Daigoro gets himself a 3-second time penalty. I'm telling you, the time penalties are going to be massive at the end of this race. Can Daigoro get a good run on the Haas? Keeping an eye on the Delta. Jono thinking about having it go at Schuth. Going to go up the hill, side by side, into turn 2. Jono sends it a bit deep. Schuth's going to hold on to the position. Too easy for Anton. I would say Anton is a massive driver, so Uzumaki hasn't left the session. Hopefully he can jump back in. Seems to be having a bit of connection issues this evening. Jono fighting that Red Bull for P2, both on the soft compound. That's going to help Almondale. He is closing in on these guys. Daigoro is starting to reel Enzo back in, though. Becker gets another 3-second time penalty. This train of cars is just ridiculous. Tom gets a 3-second time penalty. Jump on board with SF1 Stig. Odios gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Look at the moves being made up the hill. We have 2 cars battling. 4 cars actually battling for position. Harrison going around the outside of the Alfa Romeo. Hellboy gets a 3-second time penalty. Back up with this battle. Enzo and Daigoro going after it. Oh, Daigoro's off. There was contact, I believe, between himself. Oh, I think he's reset the track, which is a big no-no. We'll have to take a look at that later. Both the Alfa Romeos trying to follow one of their rivals right now in the constructors, the Mercedes. Both Mercedes ahead of the Alfa Romeo duo. If I believe correctly, the Alfa Romeo went into this race with about a 27-point gap. And we see SF1 Stick pick up a 3-second time penalty. Yellow sector 3. Is that Livid Opossum? I believe it is. These guys are just moving all around. Enzo and Eos going after it. Schuth now 7.2 seconds out of the lead. Amundale trying to close in on the Red Bull. Being on the medium compound, the softs will start to degrade just a bit. Let's see, we have Enzo working on Eos. And there's a train of cars behind them. I wonder if there'll be a little bit of, yeah, it looks like, I was just thinking he's gonna let Stick through as Hubdy is on a set of soft compounds. Soft compounds are starting to wear just a bit. Who's that going on the inside? That is Tom. Tom trying to break the slipstream between himself and Harrison. However, I don't think it's going to be enough as Harrison gets a great run through corner 1. Tom going to try to hold the inside line. Harrison's going to round him already. SF1 Tom tucks right behind Harrison. Trying to keep up with everything that's going on. How are you guys in the chat? Hopefully you guys are enjoying this race. Oh, I have a lovely aerial camera, so I'm going to stay on board with Amandale for the time being. Livid Ilpossum is into the pits. Probably put on a hard compound and take that to the end. Will we see a virtual safety car at all? Or a safety car? SF1 Tom gets a 3-second time penalty. A couple of these guys really trying to push the track limits this evening. It is going to come back to bite them, I believe, at the end. Amandale does have DRS on Schoof. Sig gets another 3-second time penalty. Amandale waits probably for the uphill here. DRS is now his. Can he get around that Red Bull before the next corner? Switches to the inside line. Schoof is going to hold the outside. Looks like Amandale's back or up to P2. Can he push that gap down between himself and Anton? I wonder if that is he still ghosting? He is, so Daiguerre's going to have that position. Becker following the two Alfa Romeos, really chasing after each other. Hubby trying to hold on to the back of SF1 Stig. Ruzia now on the back of SF1 Tom. Good battle to watch between these two. Ruzia has the line. Can he get around the McLaren? Jump on board with the Ruzia. We have yellow sector 3. Something has happened to Hubby. No, Hubby's into the pits. Let's jump back on board with the Ruzia. Can't get around SF1 Tom. We have a virtual safety car, ladies and gentlemen. Drivers will have to respect the delta. Make sure you don't speed under it or go too slow, because that is now a rule we have at SF1. Delta can't exceed anything more than plus 3 seconds. Alright, waiting for this virtual safety car to go. A couple guys have moved to the hards. Schoof has moved to the hards. Soap has moved to the hards. Let's see if this man dives to the pits on the virtual safety car. No, virtual safety car is over, so it's back to racing here. Amandale, 11.7 seconds. Oh, he's catching him. Jono gets a 3-second time penalty. Jono up the position, and we have Eos in the pits. We have Harrison moving up the position. Tom's into the pits, Stig's into the pits. All probably moving to the hard compound. Let's see what Enzo does here. Onto the hard compound himself, on his way out of the pits. Take a look at these guys. Jono 7/10 behind the Haas ahead of him. A couple of go, ooh, gonna be a little closer now. Looks like the Haas of Amandale locked up heavily into that corner. Everybody else pretty much spaced out, but we do have Hubdy still working on the back of SF1 Stick, both on the hard compounds. Side by side into the corner. Hubdy is gonna make the move around. They're both running Michael Schumacher helmets at this point, so I can barely tell who's who sometimes. Alright, taking a look. That is the closest battle right now on track, as we have Stig going a bit deep into the grass. Amandale has chosen the pit. Picks up a 3-second time penalty. Schoof makes up the position as Amandale is in the pits. He is on his way out now, whereas his teammate just coming up from the hill, so Amandale is going to hold on to P8 for the time being, take those hard compounds to the end. A couple guys have made a different move though. SF1 Tom's gone for a medium compound, as Lord Eos has gone for a soft compound. Becker picks up a 3-second time penalty. You have Sector 1 yellow. Taking a look at who might that be. That was Becker who's lost traction. Ghost picks up a 3-second time penalty. Makes it around Becker in that Ferrari though. getting closer and closer to his teammate. He's going to make a move. Abdi holding on to the position. Is he going to let him around? He does. Oh, Abdi almost loses it by letting him stick around. That was close. Give Volkan into the pits, who I think he's still ghosting. He is. SF1 Evil in the chat. Where is Jono going to come out? He's just made his pit stop now. His teammate coming up the hill. Very unbattled by Eos. Take a look now. Jono is out. Woohoo! Eos has DRS on SF1 Tom going into the corner. Both McLarens running really well this evening, P10 and P8. And both Alphas still fighting out. Becker gets a 5-second for speeding into the pit lane. Gap at the top. Harrison has moved up to P2, probably waiting for Anton to pit. Anton makes his move to the pits now. Ruzia gets a 3-second time penalty. Harrison coming around the last right-hander before the start-finish line. Anton's into the pits, put on the hard compound. I think Harrison's going to try to stretch these mediums until he can pit for the soft compound. We'll see. He's got to go about another 10 laps. But I know he is a good tire manager. Daguerre makes his way back up to P3, Shoof up to P4, Amadeo up to P5. As Ruzzi is on his way out of the pits now. He's going to have a fresh set of hards to take those until the end. A couple guys ahead of him are going to have to definitely pit. SF1 Tom, I think, is not going to be able to extend those mediums until the end. Eos is definitely not going to be able to take those softs to the end. Yeah, Evo says so many hard compounds. Daguerre is talking. Wait a minute, Daguerre, what are you doing in the chat? Anton, Sector 2 yellow, happy 4. Let's check out. Is it Stig? Stig, something happened to the Alfa Romeo driver. He's off. No damage to be reported though. Touches the grass though. I wonder if he's struggling with those hard compounds. Also P14, unfortunately. Taking a look, we have Eos running right behind Enzo. Can Lord Eos make a move on that Haas driver? Coming into turn 1, has Jono just ahead. Makes a move around Enzo. We'll have DRS on Jono. Jono's going to be a sitting duck now. Eos tucks in behind. Hubty gets a 3-second time penalty. Eos gets a really good run out of that corner. And Lord Eos make a move here. He's getting closer and closer. Is he going to go for it? He's going to go for it. But Jono's going to make a switchback move. What a move that was. Jono holds on to P6. Enzo is going to collect these guys sooner rather than later. Shoof is making his gains on Daguerre. Oh, Daguerre is going to pull into the pits. SS1 Tom gets another 3-second time penalty. So Shoof up to P3. Amdale up to P4. Should see John move up, as well as Enzo, Eos. Shoof gets a 3-second time penalty. Amandale gets a 3-second time penalty. I can't even keep up at this point. Daguerre goes to the soft compound. There was a bit of a touch there. Eos is going to go for an inside move on Jono. Oof. Locks up. Is Jono going to think about the switchback again? No, Eos makes this one stick and makes that move count. So he's up to P5. Soft compound though. He's definitely going to have to pit again. He's already on 4 laps. Anton has already made a move past Harrison, who's holding on. I don't think he's fighting him as much as he wants to today. As Anton gets a 3-second time penalty, I think it's his first of the day. Jono gets a 3-second time penalty. I think Harrison is trying to stretch these mediums as long as he can to try to pit for the soft compound. Maybe nab that fastest lap towards the end. Jono still battling here with Lord Eos. As Daigero is gaining on Soap. Come on, I wonder if he's still. I believe he still goes. Soap gets a 3-second time penalty. Jono trying to hold on to the back of that AlphaTauri. Gets ever so closer, but not close enough. Lap 20, 16 laps remain in this race. It is going by rather quickly. So we have a move. Daigero makes a move on Soap here. The Ferrari versus the Renault. Becker, you can see, picks up another 3-second time penalty. I can't even keep it. These guys are gaining so many time penalties as Volcon's still ghosting. We have a move. Harrison jumps into the pits to put on the soft compound. Where is he going to come out on this race? Can he stretch those 15 laps? SF1 Toms, they give out, make a move. There he goes. Here comes the Rusia. No, he's not far, or he's not close enough. So Harrison's going to rejoin the track. 8th. Daigero gets a 3-second time penalty. Harrison will be on the move here. Oh, I had to check up on the brakes because SF1 Tom slowed probably a little more than Harrison was anticipating. Jono still working on the back of that AlphaTauri. Jono is having quite a race this evening. Amandeo getting closer and closer to that Red Bull. 5 laps versus 7 laps. Not much of a difference in the compound. Can Amandeo get closer to Schuf? We have a look. Let's see if Harrison can make a move here soon. Eos gets a 3-second time penalty. Harrison should have DRS after someone. Tom. Harrison's going to go for the inside move into turn 1. Enzo gets a 3-second time penalty. Tom's going to fight back though. Harrison will have DRS. Tom's going to tuck behind the Mercedes. I think that's Enzo up the road. So Harrison is making gains on that pass as well. Amandale makes it around. Schuf both battling for position. P2. Looks like Amandale makes it stick, so he's up to P2. Yeah, Hellboy picks up a 3-second time penalty. I do apologize. I'm trying to keep up with this. These guys are just picking out. Harrison gets a 3-second time penalty as we're speaking about him. We have an AlphaTauri into the pits. That is going to be Eos is going to jump into the pits. And the gear glitch on him as well. So Eos is going to grab a new front wing and put on another set of softs. Should take this to the end by this point. He's going to have to manage him a little bit towards the end of the race. Where is he going to come out now? There is the Alfa Romeo SF1 stick. Let's jump on board with stick. Can he get it run? There is Lord Eos side by side. Eos is going to tuck behind. Ooh, I think there's a bit of a touch on the gearbox. Eos letting him know that he's there. Eos is going to make for a move on the outside of SF1 Stig. Can I get a better camera angle? Side by side they go. Looks like Eros is going to have better traction though, being on the soft compound. That move was already bound to happen sooner rather than later. Everybody's rather spaced out now. Schuf's still holding on to the back of the Haas driver. Stig gets himself a 3-second time penalty. This is how it's going to pretty much go. Harrison's making gains on the Haas driver. Take a look. Schuf working on the back of Amandale. Laps are ticking down. We have just about 12 laps remaining of this race. Can Shoop get any closer? Harrison now getting closer to the other half of Enzo. These two had a titanic battle for 2 seasons for the championship. Enzo topping best on both occasions. This is a nice little sight for sore eyes, if you will. I know Enzo's not going to play easy here. Stick gets another 3-second time penalty. Harrison is going to have to push. Harrison being on the soft compound, though. This should swing his way. David Opossum gets a 3-second time penalty. Harrison, DRS up the hill. Gonna go for the inside move on Enzo. Side by side. It looks like Harrison's made the move. He's up to P5. Now he has to chase down that McLaren. I believe Volkan is still ghosting. He is. Lord Eos makes it past the ghosting Williams driver. He can look through. Enzo holding onto the back of the Mercedes driver for the time being. It's going to be a hard feat though, as Harrison is on a fresh set of softs. Only about 4 laps on those so far. Shoop still fighting Amandale for P2. Jono doing very well though, keeping quiet. Sitting P4 right now, but is he getting closer? Yellow sector 1, what has happened? That is Becker. Becker's off. Becker is off on turn 1. Lord Eos gets a 3-second time penalty. Shoot getting closer to Amandale. Behind that battle between some of these guys, we have a move. We have Hubdi around Soap. Soap has Eos passing as well. So Hubdi must have Eos. Oh, there's a bit of a touch. Eos. A bit naughty there for Eos, but he's kind of pushing his way through. So holding onto the back of these guys to jump on board. Eos makes his way up to P10. That isn't close as Soap is holding onto the back of the Alfa Romeo. Shoof still holding onto the back of Amandale. Let's look at this battle. Harrison is now clawing his way up to Jono. He's going to pass him even before they get to the top of the hill. Pass made. Jono's going to have to hold on to him. Harrison, Jono gets a really good run out of that corner. Harrison will probably have DRS though. No, Jono has DRS. Jono's thinking about going for it. Can he send the car? No, he's going to hold up behind. Harrison does have a couple time penalties. I wonder if Jono, I believe Jono, I've seen his name. So Harrison up to P4, Shoof holding on to the back. We have Hubdi making it around Soap. Those two battling out for position to jump down with these two. Hubdi having DRS to get around, a little bit of an aid to get around the Renault. Soap trying to hold on to the back of that car and use his toe, but he is in dirty air. And dirty air in this game is a little bit noticeable. As you see, Tom gets another 3-second time penalty. And Shoof get closer. DRS is his friend going up the hill. Not close enough this time around. Gonna get a better run out of this corner. Easy on the throttle. ODS picks up a 3-second time penalty. Shoof close. Is he gonna send the car? No, he's gonna just wait just behind. Smart driving from the Red Bull driver. Tom makes it around Daguerre. These two going at it. This is a good battle to watch. Tom makes it just around. Ooh, both lock up into the corner. Oh, there's a push. Tom, I think Tom knew that and backed off just a bit. Daguerre really fighting that McLaren driver. Let's jump on board. Oh, that's not what I wanted to see. Softs versus mediums. Both about the same. Clouds are starting to move in though. So the temperature on the track is going to start to cool down just a bit. Schuf gets a 3-second time penalty. Could be huge towards the end of this race. He is a lot closer to Armadale this time around, though. Can he get a move done into this corner? Ooh, that was close. As you see, Anton is almost 20 seconds up. He has shown why he has that kind of pace, and he has shown strong this evening. So Schuf makes it around Armadale for P2. But barring penalties, I don't know where everybody's going to finish. Ghost gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Lap 29 out of 36. Livid gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Who's making a move? Tom and Daiguerre still going after it. Taking a look, Hubdi is still working on the back sub. Those two trading places quite a bit. You see SF1 Tom grabs the grass a bit. That's going to ruin a bit of his pace. Rusi gets a 3-second time penalty. Time penalties are starting to stack up quite heavily. Lord Eos gets another 3-second time penalty. Amadeo closing in. No, not close enough. Taking a look at some of these guys. Abdi just behind the Renault. There's a move for Eric Ghost and Hellboy. Abdi's gonna have DRS up the hill. Can he make a move? Oh, he's really pushing the car, as you can see. Soap's gonna have to hold on. Here we go into the corner. Can he get a switchback move on the Alpha? No. Oh, Hubdi car spits just a bit. Soap's gonna have DRS. Hubdi moves to the inside line. Hubdi's gonna back out of that and let Soap back through. Knowing when to defend and knowing when not to defend is a good idea when you're league racing. And these guys are doing it quite well this evening. A couple pieces of contact here and there. Tom really pushing the boundaries to try to keep on board with that Ferrari just ahead of him. Amadale now going against Schuf into this corner. Amadale makes his way back up for the time being. Schuf will have DRS, I believe, this time. Lord Eos gets another 3-second time penalty. Becker picks up another 3-second time penalty as well. Becker was disqualified from the race for too many penalties. Where in the world? And that is the first time I've seen that all season. Eos is, I believe, on that board too. He needs to be careful. A couple more and he's going to be disqualified. As I believe I just saw the tail end of that Ferrari sitting there. Soap and Hubdi still going after it. Lap 32 out of 36. 4 laps remain. I have to keep my eyes on that Schuf and Amadale battle. Anton has just controlled this race this evening. Still gets himself a 3-second time penalty. I think Eos, if he gets any more, he's going to be on that border of being disqualified. Soap gets a decent run out of turn 1. He's going to have the pace and DRS to go move on his teammate. Hubdi holding on, not going to fight it too much going into this corner. Stig trying to peel closer. Will there be a battle between the two Alphas towards the end of this race? Hubdi does have DRS. He's going to go back after Soap. Side by side they're going to go. Anybody going to lock up? No. No contact as well. Clean through that corner. Hubdi back up to P11. These two battling is helping SF1 Stig claw his way back after that. Battle here for Enzo and Jono going for P5. SF1 Tom picks up another time penalty. Sector 3 yellow. Virtual safety car. Lord Eos has retired from the race. We're going to jump on board and see his car. Crashes out at the start-finish line. And the coasting car just goes right through it. So that's Lord Eos out of this race. No So that's only 2 virtual safety cars so far this race. No actual safety car. This will take him to lap 34, which will be 2 laps to go. Sector 1 and 2, looks like we're back to racing. Becker has left the session. You can understand why. Odios out of this race, only 2 DNFs. Actually, a DSQ and a DNF. It's pulled a couple guys closer. Enzo is close to Jono. Stig is closing in on that Renault. Renault is battling Stig's teammate. And Anton is pitted for a brand new set of softs because of that lead he had. Why not? Let's go for it. Schuf holding onto the back of Amundale. Enzo going for Jono into the turn. Side by side. Jono putting his shoulders out, holding on to P5. Enzo's going to link about an outside move going in this corner. He does have DRS. Jono's going to let him through. And we have a move. Soap and Hubdy. This is helping SF1's Tig come alive. Having a fight with these guys. Lap 35, Jono gets a 3-second time penalty. Hubdy's going to go back after Soap. Holding on. Soap goes a bit deep. Stig's going to have a run. Stig's going to think about it. What is that? Soap backs out. He's back down to P12. Stig up on his way through. I believe Stig has a couple time penalties though. Soap does not. Schuf on the back of Amundale. The ultimate lap of this race. Ooh, Amundale goes a bit deep. Schuf's up on his way through into P2. This man about ready to start his final flying lap of this race. Controlled it, got pole. Pretty much a grand slam this evening. Crosses the line to begin his final lap. Schuf is going to cross, trying to hold on to P2. Time penalties are going to play key though. Harrison has gotten himself up to this battle. He's not too far off of these guys. Something happens between them. He can see himself on the podium this evening. What a massive drive that would be. Taking a look down through all the other battles. Stig fighting his teammate here. Odios has left the session. Fortunate race for him this evening. Jumping back down. Where is this guy? On track. On Sector 2 currently. Schuf still fighting Armadale. Rusi is thinking about having a move on SF1 Tom. Is he close enough? Let's keep on board with this. Rusi's going to go to the inside. Tom's going to try to hold on to the the inside. Rusi on the outside. My mistake. Tom gives him a bit of a squeeze there. Let's jump back through with this man who's going to cross the line for the victory at the Austrian Grand Prix. Congratulations, Anton. Knocked it out of the park this evening. Schuf holding on to track with P2. Will that stay? Crossing the line. Where is it going to fall here? Harrison goes P3. Amadale P2. Enzo. Are they going to swap positions? Enzo goes P4. Schuf down to P5. John at P6. Daguerre is going to cross the line. P7. Will he jump? Stays P7. And Rusi at P8 for the time being. Tom P9. Hubdy's crossing the line now. Big battle between these last guys coming through. Hubdy and Stig go P9, P10. SF1 Tom, no. Volcon goes across the line P10, but I think that'll be erased. Ghost having quite a bit of a quiet race is going to cross the line P14. And Hellboy decides to dump the car at the very end of the race. And is he going to reverse across the line? We'll see. crosses the line now. That's going to do it. Driver of the day, Harrison. Massive drive to get himself from P12, I believe, up through this field to get himself P2. Oh no, P3, my mistake. Armadale did grab P2. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's run down the race results for the Austrian Grand Prix in GP1. We have Anton picking up the win of this race, Amadale P2, Harrison P3 with a massive drive, Enzo P4, another solid weekend for the Haas team. Schuf is P5, Jono P6, Daigero P7, Aruzia P8, Hubdi P9, Volkan ghosting the whole time, so we'll have to take a look at that, P10. SF1 Stig is P11, SF1 Tom P12, Soap in P13, Ghost is P14, Hellboy the last finisher in P15. Fortunately, I believe, yeah, Possum did finish, he was 16. Uzumaki, I think, ghosting most of that time, P17. We lose out Lord Eos in P18, and Becker, who was disqualified from too many time penalties, but leading on to the podium. Get these guys in. We do have Harrison, who's jumped in by himself already. I have to get Anton in. Brothers informed me there's not going to be Armandale this evening. I had a feeling. Alright.
I've already started the invites, can I?
What's that?
I've already invited the other two.
There we go. We have both of you guys in. Armandale's not going to make it because he has to work early in the morning from what SF1 Evil is telling me. So we're going to knock this one out of the park. That was quite a race, I will say, all around the board. A couple little incidences, but a lot cleaner than GP2 and 3. So I do thank you guys for that. But we'll start with Harrison. P3 worked your way through the pack the entire time. Kept it pretty clean. Had a couple moments where you had to really have a little bit of patience to get through some of the guys. Went from the mediums to the soft compound. Talk us through it, because you're sitting next to your competition and it's going to be a bit spicy.
Well, as you know from commentary for comms in the strip, qualifying that I got knocked out in Q2 and started P13. Formation lap I got his by Hubside, I had cold tyres on the start, so unfortunately for that. Start was actually pretty nice for the cold tyres, which was surprised at. I broke a bit later than where I should have into turn 1, made contact with Tom, but I didn't go onto throttle, so I managed to avoid an incident there. Stayed in the same, stayed P13 and just worked my way through the field on the mediums. A few mistakes from the guys ahead gave me chances to get by. I didn't expect the guys to actually go on to the mediums to hard strategy, because the medium to soft is faster. Got my pit lap, saw Anton come before I pitted. I just let him by because there's no point fighting him when I've still got a pit. Softs, if I didn't have a small mistake with Tom, I think I would have caught Amondale and Schuf, so I could have possibly got P2 if on track, but with time penalties P3. But I'm happy overall.
I would be happy too. That was a massive drive this evening. So congratulations, Harrison. I don't have co-coms because Carlos is too lazy to help, but never mind that. Congratulations. We'll move it on to the man who's just completely grand slammed this whole race. Anton showed up, put in the pole position, pretty much had it easy this entire race. So just give us a rundown of your race, because man, you were flying, almost 20 seconds at one point ahead of him.
Yeah, hello first of all. Yeah, I was pretty happy with my first run in Q3, but I could have improved. But Elbow was there through the last corner, so through the last corner he was in the racing line. Sorry, so I had to bottle that up. So and yeah. In the race that was quite boring to be honest, because Austria is like my favorite track on the game, so yeah, I was quite confident about the medium soft strategy, but I couldn't make it because that lap 15 I think I was already at 67%, so I decided to pit and to be safe, to play safe, to put hards, and then if I have a gap for soft at the end, that were the fastest lap, and that's what I did. So yeah, perfect race, I can say.
No, solid race. So I know a lot of the drivers in the chat at one point were talking about how the tire wear and the mediums was a bit shocking this evening, how they were going off a lot quicker than usual, as well as the
Yeah.
softs. That's why a lot of the guys actually moved to the hard compound for a bit. But that's going to do it. Congratulations to you two guys. Congratulations to Amadeo as well, who couldn't improve this evening, but grabs P2. Another good solid race for the Haas duo this evening. So hopefully you guys' luck carries over into the British Grand Prix next Sunday. We'll catch you guys there. Until then, I'm going to let these guys go relax and take the night off a bit. But thank you guys so much for joining in the race, keeping me entertained in the comments. Until next week, same time, same channel. We'll catch you from the league's home race at the British Grand Prix. We will see you soon. Hopefully everybody has a good, wonderful week. Until then, good night.